Hey guys, I wanted to take a second to first say thank you for helping contribute to one of the most successful peaks that I've ever been a part of in my last 15 years of operating as a contractor with FedEx Ground. You guys truly are the best part of River Capital and SRC Logistics. You're the backbone of our business, and you're what determines the success of our future. You're our greatest investment, and I can't be more appreciative for the work that you guys do. There's no other group of drivers that I'd rather be working with today to help kind of overcome the challenges that I'm about to present to you next. With that being said, even though we've set records in terms of service for any peak season that I've ever been a part of in the past, we failed to achieve targets for safety. And in fact, we've actually had more incidents or accidents in the last 2 months than what we've had collectively over the last 2 years. And every one of these accidents or injuries or incidents have all been related to complacency. Every driver that's been a part of an accident, injury, or incident over the last 2 months have been drivers that either have worked in FedEx for several years or have worked in the industry for several years and simply just got comfortable operating in the environment that they're called to serve in, and they're forgetting to make sure that they're alert and they're taking necessary precaution to not put themselves in situations where they're involved in an accident, incident, or injury. Complacency is the #1 killer for professional drivers. I almost never see an entry-level driver enter our business and get involved in any of these accidents or incidents. It's almost always veteran drivers that are involved in these accidents or injuries or incidents. Why is that? Well, think about when you were a brand new driver. Think about how nervous you were, how excited you were, how alert you were, the way that you would prepare every day before you got into the truck. The way that you were alert driving down the road. Maybe a little adrenaline was going through your blood even because you were just so excited and alert. Think about over the years how that has just become second nature to you. Think about the shortcuts that you now make as a professional driver because you're so comfortable operating in an environment where you might never have experienced an accident, incident, or injury. Maybe you're thinking that that won't happen to you. Well, based off of what I've experienced over the last 2 months and the conversations that I've been a part of, I can tell you that if it hasn't happened to you, you were at more risk of it happening to you simply because you are operating at a more comfortable level than what any entry-level driver might be operating at today. The things that we've been involved in aren't accidents that I would classify as extreme. They're accidents that I would classify as simple mistakes. Dropping trailers because we forgot to put landing gear down. Not paying attention to our surroundings as we're navigating through traffic. Maybe we're merging in and out of the fast lane at excessive speeds, having hard braking events leading to resulting in rear end accidents because the party behind us couldn't stop in time. In a lot of my conversations, drivers might feel that, well, it's not my fault. If somebody hit me from behind, what do you want me to do about it? Well, the reality is, it's not about what happens to us out there, guys. It's about, is there something that we could have done different to prevent it? That's what we're held accountable to as professional drivers, not just inside of FedEx, but outside in the industry as well. Is there something that we could have done to have prevented it? Maybe it's just not being in a position in the first place. Maybe you parked on an off-ramp and somebody ended up hitting you and you weren't even in the driver's seat. That driver might claim that I wasn't even in the driver's seat. How could I be at fault? The reality is you're parked in a non-designated trucking parking zone. Therefore, you could have parked somewhere else indicating that you could have prevented the accident from taking place had you not been there in the first place. Those are things that lawyers and attorneys are going to come after us for, especially operating under FedEx. Third parties that are involved in FedEx incidents or accidents see the FedEx brand, and lawyers are immediately contacting that third party to want to go into litigation. Even if they know they're not going to win, they expect FedEx is going to settle, and there's going to be a large payout as a result to that. So every time I enter into a conversation with FedEx leadership, I'm not asked about what happened. I'm asked about what did our drivers do to prevent it? And that's what I'm challenging you guys to think about today. The next time you get into the truck, the next time you jump in behind the wheel or you're starting to hook up trailers, think about, am I being complacent? Am I skipping a step? Is there something I know I should be doing that maybe I'm not doing? Am I practicing defensive driving behavior? Am I operating with the idea that I'm doing everything that I can to prevent a situation from happening? If somebody cuts in front of me, am I immediately adjusting my following distance? Am I making sure that my braking events are nice and smooth and they're not hard and abrupt so that nobody behind me might mistake and not see my lights and hit me? Am I staying out of the fast lane so that when I'm merging to my blind side, I'm not putting myself in a position where maybe I hit somebody or somebody might try to swerve around me and hit me? These are just a few examples of some of the things that I've had to go in and debate against. But nothing's more important to me right now than bringing visibility to all of you as professional drivers. Because at the end of the day, it's not just your job that's in jeopardy. It's everybody's job that's in jeopardy that's operating under River Capital or SRC. If we continue down the road or the path that we've been on over the last 2 months, and we continue to have accidents or incidents that result in a failed safety score for the month for our businesses, FedEx is eventually going to come to me and tell me that I have 30 days to remove my equipment and discontinue service for FedEx Ground. Now, I'm confident in our leadership that we're going to take the next steps to get in front of behaviors that are proving to be high risk in our environment. So please, at this moment, don't be concerned about your positions with the company. Instead, I'm challenging you guys to be more concerned about taking control of the things that you can control and not being complacent or falling victim to getting too comfortable as professional drivers. We have to get in front of this curve that we've fallen victim to over the last 2 months if we're going to continue to operate at the level that we have been for the last 5-6 years. Now, I'm confident we have the right people in place to help get in front of this. And if I'm wrong, I promise you, for those of you that are doing your job the way that we're expecting you to do it, we are putting pressure on the individuals that are not following the rules. And if you see somebody that's in an SRC or River Capital truck that's not following the rules, you should be pissed off. You should be thinking that that individual is putting my job in jeopardy, and it's my duty to call Dan, Chris, or Devin and make them aware of it. So please don't just discard that. Please don't think that you're the squeaky wheel. All of our jobs, all of our livelihoods, all of our positions are in jeopardy if we continue down the path that we're on. So again, thank you for helping contribute to such a successful peak season. Thank you for being the best part of River Capital and SRC Logistics. But please, help us get in front of this curve, and let's all do our part to make sure that at least over the next 6 to 12 months, we get in front of these bonehead mistakes and that we're all leaving this business in better condition than what we arrived in. Be safe out there. And if I don't talk to you before then, please have a happy and Merry Christmas.